Hey guys, WebBaron20 back again, and it's been a hot minute since I uploaded a video. And the reason for that is I've been out of town. I've been visiting my girlfriend's family in Virginia, and right down the road is Washington, D.C. So we were able to do some sightseeing, see the White House, see some monuments and stuff like that. And with that being said, obviously we needed to get a hotel room, and as you can tell by the title of this video, that's where this story begins. And I know this is not gaming related. This has nothing to do with my channel at all, but I felt the need to upload this video to warn you guys so you guys don't have the same experience I had, because it's a nightmare. Something that you would see in a comedy film. Like, I wouldn't believe it until I seen it. So, sit back and relax, enjoy this story, because this is something that I've never experienced in my life, and hopefully I never experience it again. So the hotel in question, because I know people are going to be asking, that's the first thing they want to know. It's Comfort Inn. So I will never be going to another Comfort Inn as long as I live. And I know every branch may be different. There's different managers, people clean rooms differently and stuff like that. So maybe not all Comfort Inns are bad. But just me personally, this left such a bad taste in my mouth. I will never go to another Comfort Inn as long as I live. The one personally that we went to was the one on Tysons Corner. It's really close to the mall there in Virginia. If you know where Tysons Corner is, all you got to do is GPS it. I'm sure if you're from Virginia, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that is the Comfort Inn we went to. And it started out okay. We were going to be early, 45 minutes early. We were, way ahead of schedule. We left in plenty of time, and we called them because we were going to be 45 minutes ahead of check-in. So we were like, man, I wonder if they're going to let us in early. So we go ahead and give them a call, and they say, yeah, sure, come on up. The room's already good to go, so you can check in, no problem. So we get to the room, and, I was excited because we had a whole big day planned ahead of us, a big packed day. We even had reservations for museums and stuff like that. So I was super excited because last time I was in DC, it was dark and I didn't really get to see anything. So I was super excited to be there at the beginning of the day to actually see everything that I wanted to see. So we get to the hotel, we check in and stuff like that. And it's one of those hotels where the lobby is kind of like its own separate building, and then the hotel branches off to like the sides, and then it almost looks like apartment buildings stacked on top of each other, and there's like catwalks that go up to the different levels. So it's, I guess, kind of ghetto. This is a 3-star hotel. I looked at the reviews. The newer reviews weren't as bad as the older reviews, but this is a budget hotel, but it was still over $100 a night. So it's not like it's crazy cheap, but on the cheaper side. It's a 3-star hotel. So I'm not expecting like, fancy, accommodations or nothing like that, but I'm a guy who doesn't really need fancy things. All I need is a clean room, because all I'm going to be doing is sleeping there. I don't plan on staying my whole day at the hotel. It's just a place for me to sleep at night. So I'm just looking for a clean room. So I go in, and the first thing I do when I open up the door, and I expect everyone else, you should do the same thing. If you don't do this when you go to a hotel, make sure it's part of your routine. Strip the whole bed down and look at the sheets, look at the blankets, look at the mattress, and check for bed bugs. That's the first thing I do, because you don't want to bring that home. You definitely don't want to bring that into your house when you leave the hotel. So check for bugs. First thing I did, no bugs, but the sheets had some stains on it, and then the bed cover that was protecting the mattress was something that, the only thing I can try to describe it to you is something that was out of the movie Big Daddy with Adam Sandler. I'm sure you guys all saw that film where he brings the kid into his house, and then the kid has an accident and pees on the bed, and it's like a crazy huge pee stain. That is how big it was. It was like I said, something out of a movie. Like, I ripped the sheet off and I saw this pee stain and I could not stop laughing. I was like, is this real life right now? This is insane. So obviously we call the manager, we call the front desk. They say, oh, no problem, I'll be right upstairs. They come upstairs. They say, you know what, once he saw the big pee stain, he's like, let's just get you another room. I'm like, okay. Puts us in another room. He apologizes, and he says the reason why the room is so bad, that pee stain's there like that, is because we shouldn't have even been allowed in that room. They were doing renovations, apparently. And, I'm so sorry, sir. Here, let me give you a better room. So I'm like, okay, great. Maybe they're going to upgrade our room or something. I don't know. So no, he puts us in, on the other side of the hotel. Same exact room, same layout and everything. He says, sorry about that. Enjoy your stay. So then, obviously, I rip off the blankets on that bed and I check the sheets, I check the blankets, I check the covers. And as soon as I get down to the mattress where the covering is again, to the mattress cover, a big urine stain again. It's like, it's almost, it's not, it's a little bit smaller. It's not crazy practical joke big like the first one was, but it's a clear urine stain on our mattress. And I'm like, I look at my girlfriend and I'm like, is this really happening right now? This is crazy. That's two in a row. So we call the front desk again and we're like, dude, I don't know how to tell you this, but this bed has a pee stain on it as well. This is crazy. I've never experienced anything like this before. This is unbelievable. So he's like, hold on. So he comes up again and he says, you know what? I'm sorry. And then like I can see he's got some cleaning ladies with him at this time. I'm assuming these are the housemaids, the people that actually clean the rooms and stuff. That's probably their job. And they're mean mugging me. Like these ladies are looking at me very angry. They're probably thinking I'm like, very picky or something. And, they're very upset and they were speaking Spanish. So I don't know what they were saying. So they're probably like, man, this privileged white boy or something. That's the only thing I could think of. Like that's what they were thinking. They were very, very mad and they were looking at me very angrily. And I'm like, man, I just want a clean bed. That's how I'm just thinking. I just want somewhere, a clean place to stay. I'm not trying to be picky. So I tell the guy, I said, I feel very uncomfortable. I think we're going to get a different hotel. I said, I think we're just going to get our money back and leave. And he promises me, he says, please give me one more chance. Let me give you a different room. I promise you, you won't regret it. I apologize. And the guy seemed sincere. So I was like, okay, normally I would, just run away and get another room. But I really wanted to see DC. I really had so many things planned and we're wasting so much time. I was like, okay, give us another room. So he goes ahead, gives us another room. And he's like, you know what? Don't even bring your suitcases or nothing. I want you to check the room before you bring your suitcases. That way you're not, because you've already moved twice. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. Go in the room. I check, rip the bedding off. No stains. It's clean. And like that, all the housemaids, all the people that were, those ladies that clean the rooms are watching me, like mean mugging me, like, what are you going to find now? Like they're all looking at me they're pissed. And I'm like, and I feel very awkward and uncomfortable. And I'm like, and I just wanted them to leave. So I was like, yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're good. So we get our bags in there and we're unpacking and stuff. And I kind of just lay back in the bed, right? I'm like, oh man, thank God, it's finally over, right? I lay down on the bed and I look over and I look at the sheet, look at the bedding, because I kind of just threw the bedding and I was just looking at the mattress and the sheets and stuff. And I'm looking at the covers and I'm like, there's like stains, dude, like on the covers, and like it's dirty. And that's when it hit me, like this is a really, really dirty place. And I'm like, I can't stay here. So I look at my girlfriend. I tell her, I said, we have to leave. I said, look at this cover. And then she's on board. She's like, yeah, we got to get out of here. This is insane. So we go to the front desk. We say, we can't stay here, man. I said, there's stains everywhere. And the shocking thing about this is the guy who was behind the counter was a completely different guy. He was a different manager. And you can tell he's like used to this because he was like, oh, okay, no problem. Like happens all the time. He didn't say happens all the time, but that's like the vibe he was giving off. He's like, oh, no problem. Boom. Refunded us like immediately. He like this is a normal thing for them. Like people probably come there, they find out how dirty it is and they leave all the time. So it's almost like he's so used to this at this point. He's got it down to a system. He's like, okay, yeah, refund, no problem. And like it was no big deal. He didn't even say, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about your stay. He was like, yeah, no problem. I figured you were leaving. That's kind of like the attitude he gave. And I'm like, wow, like that's crazy. So what we did is, so that's 3 rooms we went through. Now we're like, what do we do? So now we're on our phone. We're like, let's find another hotel. So we ended up at an extended stay, and this is in Fair Oaks, Virginia. And we decided to go ahead and check them out. And we had our dog with us. And so they put us in a dog room, which they didn't really have to do that because our dog wears a service dog vest. Okay, she is a service dog. Not really, but a little disclaimer. If you guys do not know, hotels, if you have a dog, most hotels nowadays will accept dogs because the whole COVID-19 thing, when they locked down everything, everyone bought a dog. So a lot of hotels were like, man, we need to accommodate for dogs now. So most hotels will accommodate your dog. But the very few out there that do not accommodate your dog, you just throw a service dog vest on the dog and they can't say nothing about it. So little pro tip for you there. But this hotel accepted dogs, so we didn't really need to do that. But they put us in a dog room anyways, and I'm thinking, oh man, I'm like, hopefully, it's a good room. So they put us in a room, and right away you can smell mold. I go in there and I'm like, and I was just gonna bite the bullet. I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm complaining too much. So I was going to deal with the smell. I was going to deal with it. But my girl said something. My girlfriend looked at me and she's like, do you smell that? And I'm like, yes, I do. Yeah, it's bad. She's like, well, we're going to have to get a different room because this is crazy. And I'm like, what if they all smell like this? Like, this is like the trip from hell. Like, I mean, like I just want a clean hotel. I'm like, what if they all smell? So we tell the manager the room smells. They put us in a different room, and it was only 2 doors down. So I was like, okay, this one's obviously going to smell too. But it smelled. It's like the heavens opened up, and it smelled really good. It almost smelled like they just cleaned in there. It smelled really good. It was really clean, and I was like, okay. I stripped the blankets, and I'm like, please be clean, please be clean. And finally, the beds were clean. Everything was good. And it took 5 rooms, okay, 5 rooms. And needless to say, by the time this was all said and done, it was after 6 o'clock p.m. So we wasted the entire day just trying to get our hotel rooms situated. So really, really crummy way to start her vacation. And I just wanted to go ahead and share this, experience with you. And please leave a comment below and let me know, have you had any experience like this with a bad hotel, bad room service? Was your room dirty? I mean, I'm sure we all have, but this goes down as one of the worst experiences I've ever had. And the funny thing is, the place we ended up staying at, the extended stay in Fair Oaks, I'm pretty sure that is a location for the women of the night, if you know what I'm saying. Because when we were checking in, there was this girl in a short, like, mini skirt with no bra, asking the manager, do you have a butter knife? It was so weird, so cringe and awkward. And we just kind of look at each other, me and my girlfriend, and we're like, what is going on right now? Like, what is going on right now? But we decided to stay. 5 rooms was enough. We finally got a clean one, even though this hotel in particular seemed like it hosted a lot of women of the night, if you know what I mean. We decided to stay there anyhow because we already wasted our entire day. So we got that out of the way. Still got to see the White House. We enjoyed our trip. It started off really rough though. So I just want to make this video to let you guys know, if you're ever around Tysons Corner in Virginia, stay away from Comfort Inn. You do not want to deal with that worst experience of my life. Pretty much all for right now, guys. Leave a comment below. Share any nightmare situations you've had at a hotel. That's pretty much all for right now, and there'll be more to come shortly. Thanks again.